For the last 2 years, you've heard people saying that they're tired of being ruled by Brussels. Well, this is Brussels. 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 What they mean is that they're tired of the way the EU operates. Now I'm going to show you how the EU makes its laws. Now it all starts in this building. Now the European Council is just a fancy way of saying all the heads of government of the EU. And they're the ones who meet every 6 months to decide which direction the EU should be going. And once they've decided that, it's then the European Commission that then gets to work drafting legislation to make that actually happen. And it's easy to follow what the Commission's working on because every day at midday they have a press conferences in that room over there where you can find out the day-to-day activities of the European Commission. You know that EU institution that has the largest power over EU law but whose elections only 34% of Brits actually turned up to vote in, and then 2 years later we then decided that it was undemocratic? Oh yeah, that's right, the European Parliament. Now this is one of the European Parliament's committee rooms. This is where they debate issues like employment rights, chemical safety, human rights protections, environmental protections, consumer protections. The various committees of the EU will debate and introduce amendments to the law proposals sent from the Commission. Now you might be able to see some of the cameras dotted around because all these committee meetings are live streamed on the European Parliament's website. And all those windows that you can see are where the interpreters sit so that you can understand everything that's going on. Then all the amendments that were introduced at the committee level then get voted on again by the 750 MEPs at the plenary level. And then it comes here, the Council of the European Union, also known as the Council of Ministers. Why? Because it's made of national ministers. So for example, if they're dealing with an issue regarding health, it'll be Jeremy Hunt that decides on our behalf. Now after the Council's had a look at it, they can either approve it, in which case it becomes law, or they pass it back to the Parliament, in which case it goes back and forth until they can agree on something. So, are we being ruled by Brussels? Let's sum up. The elected heads of national governments decide the policy direction of the EU. The commissioners that they appoint then come up with ideas to make that happen. Those proposals then get amended and either approved or rejected by a combination of directly elected MEPs or directly elected national ministers. So it sounds more like we're just making rules together as 28 sovereign nations rather than being ruled by the city of Brussels.